Lawrence.
Good afternoon, class. I had many things I was thinking about. I wanted to write this paper. Many people I spoke to had many comments. The main comment was that the people that I like to present, the people that is my role models, the people that I have listened to their lectures, read their books, most people in this class are very young. True. So it might be a little difficult, it might be a little harsh, but the one thing I want to get to you is education. I think that's why we come to this institution, and that's why we have great men and women that build institutions as these to give us an education so we could be more productive and more progressive in the next generation. I have three men that I admire most greatly and dearly. And there's so many other men and so many other women that I could speak about. Not even the age of Methuselah, if I could live that long, could even finish teaching about these men. So the first brother I would like to introduce to you. This brother is W.E.B. Du Bois. I don't know how many of you know him. Read his books, heard maybe lectures, because this man molded and shaped the classroom today while you sitting here. He molded people like Dr. Phil. He educated many other professors, even my wife, who is a professor at the University of Rochester and a special ed teacher at Benjamin Franklin. He molded and shaped these men and women. This is what he had to say. He said that education is not simply to teach, to work, but education is to give life. Praise be to God. It's to give life. So each time we come into the classroom, whether it's public speaking, nursing, we're here to get an education that will benefit us and ourselves. That's the first brother. He said that there's a difference between an enslaved person and a liberal person. This man who spoke at universities, well known not only here in America but throughout the world. He's no lightweight. He's one of my champions. He said the difference between a slave and a liberal is that the liberal have representation. Now I could speak about this man, but I want to move and go on briefly. And I started thinking, I started saying, wow, there's a difference between a slave person and a liberal person, because the liberal person have representation, because we know that W.E.B. Du Bois said, not only get a vocational skill, get a second liberal arts education. You see, because that was important. So this brother came to my mind. Now, this brother is a Supreme Court Justice. Not Superior Court like here, Supreme Court Justice in New York City. His name is Bruce Wright. We call him Cut 'em Loose Bruce. I came in contact with the man, I think I was 16 years old. And I thought about what W.E.B. Du Bois said and why he said that is a difference between a slave person and a liberal person. The answer was, he said, now I have to be your representation. You have to get this education. So we called him Cut 'em Loose Bruce. And he wrote a book called Black Robe, White Justice. The DAs, no one really liked him, but he still became the Supreme Court Justice. Another black man who I admire, have many articles, many books, raised families, had good women behind him. And his thing was education in the law. So he said stuff like this to us when we came in to his courtroom. He said, you see that tree out there? Go look. When you go to the window and say, Bruce, we don't see no tree, come on. He said, well, when you get out, you'll have one. And while you up there, I want you to get an education in law. And many of us brothers that came out of them institutions came out with 2 degrees. And one was from him. The system. I have spoken to you about L&I previously, and how it's important to understand the WAC. Because this is law. This is what governs our life. It is our engine to our life. as the woman is also the field for us too. So now I start thinking about Bruce Wright. I said, now, this brother's going to be very controversial. But remember, we're speaking about education. Because education is important. Your son come to you and say, Mommy, how much is 6 times 6? You want to be able to answer. Otherwise, you might look foolish. Right? Otherwise, don't have it. So this man came along, right? And we know that who this brother is, right? And he taught many things spiritually, and there was controversy, but he taught education. He taught to take care of home. He taught to eat the right foods, stay away from the smoking and the drinking, and protect your family, protect your nation. He has taught many things. He even has taught the Caucasians. But these men, W.E.D. Du Bois, Bruce Wright, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has done great work. Now, I'm not just speaking about a plain individual. I'm speaking about a well-known person, not Farrakhan, W.E.D. Du Bois, Bruce Wright, from there. But it was from these men that I learned. It's from these men that you're learning. And it was from these 3 men that paved the way for men like him. Men like him, and that's institutions. And that's a black man. Love you, take care, and respect each other always. Thank you.